Hello and welcome to Express News. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. In the next half an hour, we'll get you all the latest news and updates. A top story first. India's lower house secretariat has suspended 14 personnel for the security breach in Parliament on Wednesday. Pandemonium rocked both houses of the Parliament in view of the security breach incident, with opposition leaders demanding a statement from the Home Minister. On the issue, India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh assured the House that all precautions possible will be taken in future. As soon as the House resumed for functioning, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prasar Joshi said that probe is underway. India's Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla expressed his concern over yesterday's security breach. He said that a thorough investigation and discussions into the incident will be launched. A two-day ASEAN-India Millet Festival kick-started in New Delhi as part of the ongoing International Year of Millets. During the inauguration, India's Agriculture Minister Arjun Munda highlighted the importance of adapting millets to battle food security and various other issues related to present challenges in agriculture. INS Kadmat, the Indian Navy's anti-submarine corvette, has reached Manila. Its visit is aimed to bolster maritime cooperation between India and the Philippines. The Indian Army rescued more than 800 tourists stranded because of a snowfall and inclement weather in the Himalayan state of Sikkim. Indian government flagged off 500 electric buses today, with a total of 1,300 electric buses on the route. People in India's capital New Delhi woke up to a cold and foggy morning on Thursday, with minimum temperatures setting at 6.2 degrees Celsius, which is the lowest in the season so far. Marking a significant milestone for the Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra, the campaign registered participation of 2 crore Indians within 1 month on 13 December. The Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra, a nationwide campaign, has been making a transformative impact in Rajouri in Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. The Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra continues to empower people at the grassroots level in Reasi district in Jammu and Kashmir. India's Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, highlighted nation's achievement in the last 9 years under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. India's economy records a major boost as gross domestic product surprised positively by growing a robust 7.6% after the 7.8% logged in the first quarter. India's Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal met with the European Free Trade Association's delegation led by Switzerland's State Secretary for Economic Affairs and Norway's Trade Minister in New Delhi on Wednesday. India's wholesale price index inflation in the month of November 2023 has accelerated to 0.26%, the fastest in 8 months. India's direct benefit transfer system has been recognized as a logistical marvel due to the country's size. It aims to make payments directly into the bank accounts of beneficiaries. India is now at the forefront of discussions on alliances and strategic partnerships by governments across North America, Europe, and the Global South to the CEOs across the world. At close, Sensex was up 929.60 points or 1.34% at 70,514.20. Nifty was up 256.40 points or 1.23% at 21,182.70. Gold futures maturing on February 5th, 2024 stood at Rs 62,628 per 10 grams on the MCX after recording a marginal hike of Rs 1,371 or 2.24%. Silver futures maturing on March 5th, 2023 also witnessed a jump of Rs 3,007 or 4.20% and were trading at Rs 75,319 per kg on the MCX. Oil investors will usher in 2024 with dawning concerns about oversupply, slowing economic growth, and simmering Middle East tension that could spark price volatility. Brent futures rose 41 cents to $74.67 a barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate crude climbed 32 cents to $69.79 a barrel. Rupee ends at $83.33 against previous close of $83.40. Federal Reserve Chief Jerome Powell in his press conference said that the bank sees lower borrowing cost in 2024 and also the historic tightening of monetary policy is likely to be over. Tesla is recalling over 2 million electric vehicles in the US to install new safeguards for its autopilot advanced driver assistance system. The Argentina's annual inflation rate is approaching 150% and the poverty rate is at 40% and growing. The surging prices add urgency to new president's plan. Vladimir Putin in his annual news conference expressed willingness to foster relations with the US but criticized its imperial policies. At his annual news conference, Putin also said that objectives of Russia's military special operation in Ukraine remain consistent. Ukraine's EU membership remains in limbo as EU leaders remain divided over its membership bid. Hungary continued blocking both the membership bid and Eurozone's $54 billion in financial aid for Ukraine. Hungary says Ukraine has failed to meet the preconditions set by the country as it blocked its accession to EU. EU and Western Balkan leaders posed for a family photo in Brussels for summit on EU's enlargement and mutual cooperation with the region. EU President Ursula von der Leyen said that new enlargement plan aims to explore untapped potential of the Western Balkans. North Macedonia, Albania, Kosovo, Serbia, Montenegro and Bosnia and Herzegovina are potential candidates for the EU. 11 people, including 3 children, were injured in a drone attack in Ukraine's southern region of Odessa. Finland's Prime Minister Petteri Orpo has called Hungary's opposition to Ukraine's EU membership bid a blackmailing tactic. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has said progress needs to be made in the accession talks between the EU and countries such as Ukraine, Western Balkan states, Moldova and Georgia. In a step towards normalizing their relations, Azerbaijan and Armenia traded prisoners of war at their border on Wednesday. The exchange involved the release of 32 Armenians and 2 Azerbaijani soldiers. Philippines, United States and Japan called on China to desist from further provocative behavior in South China Sea as national security advisors of the 3 countries held a trilateral phone call on Wednesday. Israel's PM Netanyahu declared on Wednesday that Israel will continue its war against Hamas in Gaza with or without international support. Netanyahu also reiterated that nothing could stop Israel from continuing the counteroffensives until it achieves victory against Hamas. US and UK have stepped in with an additional round of sanctions on more than a dozen Hamas fundraising officials in Turkey and elsewhere. US-UK sanctions target 8 officials who advance Hamas' agenda and interests abroad and help manage its finances. Israel announced its worst combat losses on Wednesday as its troops were ambushed trying to rescue another group of soldiers who had attacked Hamas fighters. 10 soldiers were killed in past 24 hours, including Colonel commanding forward base and a Lieutenant Colonel commanding a regiment. UN organizations and country teams will sign up a pledge at UN Global Refugee Forum in Geneva to support refugee hosting countries. Beijing was blanketed in a sheet of snow as cold weather gripped large swathes of China with sharp falls in temperature. Temperatures in Beijing are expected to further slide to minus 12 degrees Celsius on Friday from about minus 3 on Thursday. Schools in Beijing have been suspended or moved online. Children were seen enjoying snowball fights in city streets. Weather charts have revealed the rapidly deteriorating weather in China's south as well. Temperatures across some provinces are set to fall by more than 14 degrees Celsius. Heavy rains disrupted life in northeast Australia, downing streets, cutting power and forcing evacuations as residents face a risk of life-threatening flash floods. Cyclone Jasper in Australia, now downgraded to a tropical low, is expected to intensify back as it reaches Gulf of Carpentaria. Despite the downgrade of Jasper, Australia has warned residents of the heavy rain for the next 24 hours. Donald Trump says if elected, he would renege a $3 billion US pledge to a global fund meant to help developing countries cut carbon emissions. The Green Climate Fund pledge was announced by US Vice President, in fact, Kamala Harris at UN COP28 Climate Summit. 28th session of the COP concluded with partner countries agreeing to a final climate deal. The deal has been referred to as a historic package to accelerate climate action. Migratory birds throng the Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary in northeast Indian state of Assam, enriching the scenic Brahmaputra River. The 22-day-long annual Vaikunt Ekadasi festival has begun in Ranganath Swami Temple in South Indian state of Tamil Nadu. The Ranganath Swami Temple was illuminated with decorative lights. Around 2.5 lakh devotees are expected to visit the shrine throughout the festival. Preparations for the annual 54-day Magh Mela 2024 have started in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. The event will start with the Makar Sankranti bathing festival on January 15 next year. Over 1,500 Buddhist monks, nuns and devotees from 15 countries marched for peace in the Indian state of Bihar. Residents of Turkish village Tokakli are keeping alive a traditional method of harvesting olives and grinding them without breaking the seeds to make oil. The villagers scoop the oil out using their bare hands. The pulp of the olives is also collected and sold for use in soup making. A 10-year-old Australian girl, Amy Spicer, is taking flying lessons in an all-electric trainer plane, making her possibly the world's youngest pilot of an all-electric aircraft. Scientists in Switzerland have devised a control system